Next, we're going to be hearing from Mo Aidrus, who's the co-founder and CEO of Rayn. Mo is one of Plus 92Disrupt's biggest supporters and longest-standing sponsors. He has worked with some of the region's fastest-growing unicorns. Mo is convinced that this decade is Pakistan's decade. So let's hear more from Mo. Join me on stage. Big round of applause. This side, we're going to get used to clapping, okay? Big round of applause. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, Jahan. Thank you, Katalyst Lab, for allowing us to share this stage with you. Rayn is really humbled to actually be a part of this conference. So let's just get started. We all know that our digital ecosystem is blooming. I mean, you pick any stat, this is a feel-good factor slide, which I know a lot of you have used in the pitch decks. As far as our total mobile subscribers are concerned, as far as what we heard from Adil Najam yesterday, in terms of we are a country that is getting younger, 70% of our population is under the age of 35. You look at the cell phone subscribers, you look at the smartphone subscribers, and then obviously all the content creators were here. A lot of the 70 million plus consumers are actually on the digital social platform. But we're just getting started. If you look at the VC investment per capita, Pakistan is still extremely low on the totem pole. I don't want to single out the US or Singapore, but let's pick two countries that are extremely similar to ours as far as demographics are concerned. Indonesia, which has VC per capita coming in at 15 times that of Pakistan. And Brazil, another country with a similar population like ours, which is 30 times that of Pakistan. So what are these countries doing in terms of building digital platforms? So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes actually looking at these two countries and then coming back and answering the question of why I believe and why we at Rayn believe this is Pakistan's decade. Let's look at the country of Indonesia. We in Pakistan are so used to, in drawing room conversations, talking about that, oh, our ease of doing business is extremely low. Our crime rate is extremely high. But yet you look at the country of Indonesia, it's ranked 73 out of 190 countries on the ease of doing business, not to mention all the other things that I mentioned on corruption index and crime rate. And yet, out of the country of Indonesia, you have a company called Gojek that gets born out of that country. Starts off 10 years ago as a simple call center. And then over an 8-year period, dominates the country of Indonesia as far as technology is concerned, becoming a super app. The first 8 years, they dominate their local market. So again, a lesson learned for all entrepreneurs that are sitting out here, that you have to focus on your own country's problems first when you think of building tech, before you actually venture out to other countries. After 8 years, they go on and dominate the entire ASEAN market. And then, what have they done since the past 12 years? They've pumped $10 billion into Indonesia's economy. Just pause for a moment and think about this number. We in Pakistan are going out to agencies where we're asking for $1 billion or $2 billion here and there. One company pumps $10 billion into the economy and GDP of Indonesia. Creates 5,000 amazing jobs, some of them being jobs of the future that we all want to participate in. And then bring almost 1 million merchants into the gig economy. And what do they go on and do, achieve? They have an $18 billion exit just last year to become the largest Southeast Asian technology company in the world. They merged with another Indonesian company called Tokopedia, and they've just recently listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange. And what did Gojek go on and create? They went on and created a movement in Indonesia such that now there are 14 unicorns that have actually been given birth and now are thriving businesses in Indonesia. Let's look at the country of Brazil. Again, all the problems that we have in Pakistan, even Brazil has. Ranked 124th on the ease of doing business out of 190 countries. Their 7th highest crime rate globally as a nation. Again, all the excuses that we have used in Pakistan because we have all of these issues, we don't want to go build good tech. And yet, I want to talk to you about a company, NuBank, that goes on and becomes the largest digital banking platform in the world. Start off as offering basic credit card services, and then since then on have gone on and introduced other products as part of their portfolio. Let's take a look at the journey of NuBank. They start off with a few million subscribers. They get the digital banking license and now are servicing 50 million consumers in Brazil. A lot of them, by the way, coming into the financial sector for the first time. We talked a lot about women inclusion. Adil Najam talked a lot about the youth sector, a lot of the unbanked sector. 50 million customers are being serviced by NuBank right now. A country that's 215 million people, Pakistan 230 million. Again, between Indonesia and Brazil, similar demographics, similar problems. What do they go on and achieve? They go on and raise 14 rounds, total value being 4 billion. And just again, in COVID times, go on and list on the New York Stock Exchange at a $40 billion valuation. A lot of parallels and lessons that we all in Pakistan can learn. You have to extricate yourselves from the drawing room conversations where, oh, because of all the issues that we have as a nation, we cannot achieve all the stuff that I've just walked you through two companies have. So, all right, for this, I need the audience's help. I need everybody to get up. All of Karachi needs to get up. And I want everyone to repeat after me. This is Pakistan's decade. We're all Karachi. Guys, I was born in Karachi. Karachi can do a lot better than this. This is Pakistan's decade. Thank you. Now I'll walk you through why. Guys, all of us, we started the year how? We started the year with a change of government. And yet, you have a company like NayaPay that goes on and raises $13 million. And since then, and by the way, this is just 2022 data. So the last 8-9 months that we've all lived as citizens of Pakistan. Import bans that have affected the lives of folks that have run businesses. Floods that we're grappling with as a nation. Inflation rates that we saw other countries have that we're grappling with as well. And yet, I want to touch upon 4 additional stories of companies in Pakistan that have just kept their heads down, focused on their people, and building companies for solving for Pakistan's problems. Dastagir, Vion came in, raised $37 million for Series A. NuBank, a fintech player, goes on and raises the largest seed round in Pakistan ever. You have, a lot of people don't talk about it, and I want you guys after this conference to talk about this company. It was born 10 years ago, just in your own backyard in Karachi, a company called Cloudways, that DigitalOcean acquires for $350 million from our own ecosystem, while all the doom and gloom is happening around us. And then Peter Thiel comes in and makes his first investment in Pakistan in Priceoy, $7.9 million. And by the way, this doesn't end just yet. You've got first-time global investors coming in, all this past 8-9 months. Sequoia comes in and invests NuBank for $17.8 million. You have BMGF, their strategic advisory arm, goes on and invests $11 million in one load. And then a bunch of other founders that I've met over the last day or two have gone on and raised capital over the last 8-9 months. So I want to urge all of you that please, we as a nation need to stop making excuses for things that we can't control. I've walked you through 2 countries and companies examples that if you keep your heads down and just focus, magic happens. Value does get created, and you have a lot of VCs that want to invest in Pakistan, backing Pakistani entrepreneurs. Just the last 2 years alone, and I know we have another panel coming after this where we delve more into the details of this. Pakistan has raised 9x the capital that we raised the last decade. Did COVID make the future happen faster? Maybe. But just pause and think. With all the other stuff that is not in our control, yet you have an extremely vibrant ecosystem, which, by the way, we're all a part of. And over the last many years, Jahan has worked extremely hard for us to curate. We're all part of that fraternity and family. And this has happened in our own backyard. So investors will continue to back Pakistan. It's the credibility of the teams. It's having meaning and purpose in what you're building based on solid fundamentals, and not having a 1-year view or a 2-year view. You need to play long in this market. It has to have an 8-year, 10-year view. Instead of being consumers of tech, please go and be builders of tech. Have the self-belief that all amongst us can be the entrepreneurs, can be the solution architects, can be the engineers, and go on and build good tech for Pakistan. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.